up and going. And then get this all started. And then let's see. All right, so now we are into Raid, Shadow Legends. Um, and you'll get to see kind of exactly how much it's like the uh, the Godforge, or how much Godforge is like Raid Shadow Legends, since Raid Shadow Legends came out in 2018 and Godforge only just came out in closed beta. So we will go ahead and, now that my game is loaded up, I will show all of this. There is currently a He-Man collaboration going on since He-Man is just coming out. So I do not pretend to be really good at Raid Shadow Legends. I am getting better. I have finally made it into a very active clan. I originally started Raid Shadow Legends just for fun back with my kids, when I was early divorced, so that we had something to play together. And then I took a few years off after COVID, and then came back into it uh, last year, and moved into a very active clan. Um, and they have been teaching me loads, which has really kind of gone to where I'm at now. So they have Skeletor, you'll end up getting for free on day 7, and then you'll end up getting 5 of the 6 soul stones. You will not get the 6th one in the event, but you will get all the way to 5. Um, and then for $40, you can the only I hate on Raid, one of the biggest things I hate is how many pop-ups for the different bundles. Um, the champion pass, unfortunately, in order to get He-Man, you do have to spend $40 to get. So you'll get all of this stuff for free up top. But then the to actually get the hero, you have to spend. And then so if you do get the Elite Pass, it's $40. So the challenges are the same every day. You log into the game, you use energy and use silver, and so it's super easy to level up the champion pass. The forge pass is like your um, it's pretty much just a regular like 3 month um, or 2 month. Anyway, it's one of those just like a forge pass type things. It's you have challenges for each week. Sorry, not 3 months, but it's a month long. Comes every few months, and you have different challenges each day. And with the daily challenges, if you do them, you will get all the way to the end with the free. The things I do not like at all is these weekly challenges. Like you have to get the pass to even come to get those um uh to get these points to be able to level up. Now you don't need it, right? Like you can finish it. But if you need the equipment for this, like it'll show you the artifact set. So this forge pass is for the bolster set. Um so for that equipment, then you would need uh to get the at least this forge pass. This forge pass does open up your weekly challenges. This is just an additional bonus, and these are obviously to create specific relics in the forge, which are phenomenal, but they are not cheap. As you can see, the gold pass is $20. The platinum pass is 50. So like it does help. But this is where you start getting the pay to win. Um, because you some of these you cannot get this shape in different like regular things. You can get certain shapes in actual events, but the other ones you can only get by paying. So that's kind of, I mean, Raid Shadow Legends has very much of a pay to win style. And I haven't seen that yet in Godforge, but again, it's just starting out. The bundles really haven't gotten in there. So this is the mine, which is the ruby part, which is kind of what I was talking about, the fact that it was the same as the rubies in Godforge, except you can level this up. As you can see, you can spend diamonds to upgrade it, and you get more diamonds faster. I leveled it up to 3, and I've not really done anything since then. For me, that was fine. Uh, you do get, this is a new thing. The silver ticket is new. I have 12 hours before I can claim it again, but you get one a day. And I'll show where you can go on that one. They do have packs and you get Polarium points for them. I'll show what you can do with those here in just a second. Limited time offers, they always have a free gift. You just have to find it because all of these are bundles that you have to pay for. Once again, um, it is very much a uh, pay to win game. Um, so the gem shop is where you can spend your diamonds that you do get. Again, you get some every once in a while. I normally save up and do this small shard to get the ancients. If you're really smart, you save the ancient shards until an event and use them. I'm not really good at hoarding those. There are some people who are much better than I am at it. Um, with those special silver tickets and the Plarium points, you go into the Plarium points program. Um, as you earn Plarium points, you can get things, different goodies and shards for different champions. You do get some Plarium points every day for free now. And then they had a huge push earlier this year when they were pushing the phone versions of the game, which cracks me up because that's where it started was the phone. But then everybody went to PC, and so they started to see a drop in the phone play. So they did a huge push, and they gave us a lot of Polarium points for free on that. This is new. I don't know if this is planning on staying in, but I like it because you get one free ticket a day in the little pass area thing, the store. Um, I I had showed earlier I have 12 hours before I can collect today's. But then every couple of days you actually get a free draw. Here, I have saved up my free draws so I can actually do a total of 3. And so it's just a little lottery. You do a draw, you get a free thing. Um, these obviously you have to you can buy, right? Like again, pay to win. So, oh nice. Okay. So, let me show what these are really quick. I had shown them in the Forge Pass. These do relics, and relics, when you go into your heroes, each hero has a relic or a few relics that work really well with them. I use Hell Hades site to build my heroes. Um, it is where I find um, the best information. There are some other wikis out there. I just prefer the layout of Hell Hades. It's just the easiest to read. Everything is there. You can scroll all the way down. They have YouTube videos that are embedded for the creators, the content creators who are really well versed in it, being able to walk you through the different champions. and them playing them out, them trying on the different gear to find out what's the best. But this is the relics. And then, like I said in the Forge Pass a little while ago, um, the each relic has different shapes that are the gemstones in there. So you can see that I don't have a circle. You could get that in one of the Forge Passes. I don't even have a relic attached to her. Again, I use Hell Hades. If I don't have any of the relics that they have listed on Hell Hades, I leave it empty. That is just how I choose to play. Some people choose to put something on there just so that they have a relic. That is, for me, it's just too much work because then I forget about needing to switch it out. So, um, those are some things there to create the relics. It's pretty much the same type of thing. You have a forge. These are for equipment, um, or armor, as they call it in God Forge. This is for relics. So you have stuff that you get um, from doing the Chimera dungeon. You get stuff. I have stuff from doing the Alice adventure. This is the Forge Pass, and I usually try to keep I hold off on that. The Grim Forest is amazing for getting relics. You can see what relics there are and how to get them. So like you can see the different. This would be the Chimera group. This would be like events group. So the Alice Adventures would be in here. Um, in here you have the stuff from doing clan events, such as the clan versus clan, and like the siege tower and stuff like that. Then you have Live Arena. I usually stay out of Live Arena again because this is a pay to win game. So for me, Live Arena is not a very fun place because I keep getting matched against people who are whales. Um, you have your faction wars. That is actually a PvE thing, and I need to do much better at getting some of this stuff done. I am really lazy in some of these things. If I was smart, I would really grind. Okay, so like some of this is faction wars, and then the Grim Forest, which is the end. So, like if I went in and put in, um, it takes 25 of each of those, so I have enough that I could do two of those, and then I could do two of these. And you'll see here that the group chances are 50-50, right? So, and then you can also see right now with where I'm at, I would have a very low chance of getting a purple versus the rare. So I kind of hold off on just a little bit. Also, I like to hold off because we do sometimes have clan versus clan that actually is the relic crafting that has points. So I do try to hold on to much of this and just ignore it until those events come up. So, and my God, if there's one thing that Polarium could do better, it's stop with the pop-ups. They are freaking annoying. So this is the straight store. This is all silver purchase. When you purchase something on the market, that is one of the dailies. I never, ever purchase equipment or heroes from the market unless I am running out of things to do and need like are running out of time, sorry, then I will purchase a cheap one like 6,000 or 10,000. I don't buy the equipment unless it's extremely high caliber and really hard to get. This toxic, I don't need it. So like I'm not going to spend the 1 million credits. I would much rather use the 1 million coins on crafting and upgrading, etc. So, this is playtime rewards. This is where I said that do get some Polarium points uh, every day. Um, so you don't get very many, but it does add up after time. And then if you do purchase, then it will tell you how many Polarium points you get for making that purchase. Um, so I think we'll see if I can claim this. Nope, my storage is full. Okay, okay. So when my storage is full, I have, like I said, I've been playing for a very long time. I actually will sell all of these because they're blue. And I have a lot of purple and gold and mythical. So for me, it's like not even worth it. So we're gonna actually show. um, me going through and doing my filter. So I'm going to first go through. I don't have any that are common or uncommon. My rares. So, unfortunately, on the divine offense, divine critical rate, divine life, all of these divines, they're extremely hard to get a hold of. So I have to keep my blue. I don't have very many of them in anything else. Same with the deflection. Resilience, though, I can get rid of those. And perception, I can get rid of it. Affinity breaker, I'll have to check. Untouchable, I don't think I can. Fatal, I'll check. Bloodthirst. The protection, the things that you need a total of 9 of, I don't delete any of those. Instinct, I think I can. I'll have to check those. All right. So the ones that I just look up at that, I can tell that I don't need those. So I'm going to go ahead and sell those. But then I'm going to go here and I'm going to go down here and you can hit auto equip, but then it takes off equipment that may be on another person. So I don't ever do that. So I'll go through here, see, nope, there's no blues in there. Tons of purples and golds, tons of purples and golds. Once I have all purples and golds, it gets a little bit more difficult because I have to go through each one and see what their stats are, the bonuses, the substats, etc. I'm kind of I'm not hardcore, but I am a little bit I'm I do a lot of trashing of my blues equipment. Some people choose not to because they feel like the blue is fine once you level it up. Me, I just get enough gold and purple with the stats that are it's just I don't and I you can only hold 2000. So like it's so like destroy stun, toxic, provoke, retaliation, avenging, stalwart, reflex, curing. So right now, what I'm doing mostly because I was dormant for so long, so in the Divine Offense, you can see the reason why I don't get rid of the blue, because I don't have very many purples and I need them for sets. Um, since I was dormant for so long, I actually am working my heroes up, leveling them all up, getting them all up in the stars and ascended, and then I'll work on all of their equipment. After I do that, then I will start pushing um, my faction wars. So it's a long process. It's a very grinding. If I was to take like a month vacation, holy bejeebus, I have a ton of resilience. So it looks like resilience, I'm gonna have to sit down and actually go through and really pick and choose which ones I need on that one. Because I have way too many on that. Affinity Breaker. I don't think I really have enough to get rid of the blues there. Okay, Untouchable. Oh, yeah, I can sell that one. And these I can sell. Oh, I don't know that I want to sell that one. Um, yes, I can sell that one. Okay. Fatal, I don't have enough of. Bloodthirst, don't really have enough of. Guardian, don't. Fortitude, don't. Lethal, don't. So my protection, I actually do have quite a few of those. I probably could start looking at getting rid of some of my blues in there. So, um, when it says new bonus for every equipped artifact, you actually have to open it up to see what the bonuses are. So you'll see over here you've got 6, and so that's these 6 here, but then you also have 7, 8, and 9 for these. And these are actually pretty difficult to get your hands on. Um, so, oh, stone skin. Okay, we're we're just Boot City. Boot City. Okay, we can toss all of you guys. Helmets. We can and the okay. Um, all right. All right. So there's that. I kind of. Oh, hold on. Kill stroke. Yes. Instinct. I was like, instinct, I can get rid of my blues. I thought so. Oh, don't want to get rid of that one yet. Uh, we'll hold on you. Yes, okay. So with instinct, that one has speed in it. That has speed in it. That has speed in it. That does too, but not that much speed. So we'll sell that one. Okay, and then I like that crit rate. I don't want to get rid of that crit rate. Okay, we'll just hold on to that. Bolster, I do have a lot of, but those are actually really good. I don't know that I want to get rid of any of those at the moment. Defiant, I have way too many of. I thought so. Where are my rest of my Defiants? Get rid of the 4-star blues. All right. I'm gonna have to sit down with my Defiant and we're gonna have a come to Jesus moment. So, um, that looks okay. Supersonic, you can't do anything with. Merciless, no. Slayer, we're about ready to have a come to Jesus moment with my Slayers. All right, that's cool. Let's go ahead and get rid of the 4-star blue ones, and then I'll have to sit down and actually look at all of the rest. But there's no reason for me to have 4-star blue when I have 5-star blue, 5-star purple, 5-star golds. All right, let's sell those. And then my ferals, those are all. It's kind of I'm gonna have a come to Jesus moment with it too. That's great. Okay. Pinpoint. Don't. Okay. Chronophage and Mercurial. Okay. So that's just going through my equipment. So now when I go here, I can click on this and I can actually collect it because I have space again. So um go in here. My daily challenge was to sell 5 artifacts. Already got that done. So you'll see the other one is place debuffs on campaign or dungeon bosses 25 times while beating them. That for me is no big deal because most of my heroes have debuffs. Again, I'm very much a support person, so I play really heavily with champs that have that ability. And then win 3 classic arenas with at least one force champion. Just like in Godforge, all of your heroes have different affinity bonuses. The force up there, you have the void, you have the spirit, and then you have the magic. I believe I am ready. I'm trying to knock these stupid things out because I've just like let them go and for no reason at all. And I think the magic opened today, so. Let me really quickly do that before I forget about it. Um, so this is my speed. When I was telling you, I usually like to start with the speed. Elva, she is a freaking phenomenal. She is something else. I had just kind of let her sit, and I didn't realize how good she is. And my clan was like, "What are you doing, Birdie? You need to build her up." And so she has now been ascended all the way. Hi. So she's now all 6 stars. I had to she all my legendaries were 5 stars. You have to take them up to 6 stars. So she got taken up to 6 stars and then ascended all the way up. So now I'm working on getting her awakenings. When they're awakened, they have red stars. You actually have to do a special dungeon to be able to awaken. You get awakening souls, soul stones, and you draw those for the awakening. I'll show that in a minute. This is my Alice that I was talking about with the if I was to want to run a dual battle, Alice and Mad Hatter work really well together. There's actually a Cheshire Cat I can't seem to pull. Um, that's okay. I got Alice and I got the Mad Hatter. They were part of an event when I was not playing the game, and I would have gotten them for free. Well, one of them for free. I think the other one finally entered the pool after a while. Um, then I have Lemoniski and I have uh, the Ultimate Death, UDK. Um, where is he? Ultimate Death Knight. Um, he's a rock star. Okay, so there are some that when my clan saw who I had in my pile, because I just showed them screenshots and I was like, I have all of these things and I don't know what to do with them. I just collect them. I was playing it like gotcha, like gotta collect them all. They lost their cool because I had so many really, really good characters, and we had to make a list of which ones I needed to level up first. So I had was told UDK needed to be the very first one that I ever loaded up. So that was who I did first. And then I did Moriang. She is a beast. Um, and then I did Wyther. And for a while, she was like my lead. And that's when they found out that I had this little geomancer. He is a epic, but he can actually kill legendaries. He is horrific to come across. He's just horrific. He is who I use in the Doom Tower, and I can beat levels that I can't beat otherwise. It's just craziness. So then Elva, I had her just sitting, hadn't done anything with her, and they're like, you need to take her up. So we have her speed uh, over 200. We have uh, I did go ahead and splurge and buy the Predator. Like I said, I've spent about 65, $70 total in this game in the whatever since 2018 that I've played it. So he was one I did splurge on. I might splurge on He-Man, since I have like 8 weeks to decide. I'm just kind of waiting it out. A lot of people have him from the previous time that He-Man was out, and they really like him. They said that his buffs have been changed, so I may look at getting him. I don't know. I'm on the fence. So, uh, it has to be really hard pressed for me to spend on pixels. So, um, that is just something I struggle with. So, we're gonna quickly knock out this um level. I am way higher on it, but the campaign that I haven't been doing to get free crap, easily free crap, uh it's all the way down at level 13, so I'm just going to knock this out really quick. On this dungeon, this is where you can get the items to send your um, your champions, and so I generally attempt to do the highest level possible um, to get the highest level of ascension vials. Um, some people choose to do the lower levels because then they can combine the ascension vials, and that way that they always have enough to be able to ascend those blues. Because again, like I had said when I was testing out the Godforge beta, there are rooms in the Doom Tower where you can only take in rare champions. So, um, all right. So I have beat that. Um, the and it so shows that I've done the dungeon challenge. The reason why I did it is because these actually are daily. So arcane is the white one. It's needed for everything. Everything has to have some of the arcane, and then it has to have some of whatever type it is, whether it's a force, magic, spirit, or void. They open one a day, and you have to keep track. They do match with the Twins Fortress. The Twins Fortress is how you get the Soul Stone. So we are going to do that. Again, I have beat this levels, but I dropped down. Now, I need to try to beat these higher levels, but I don't have the right relics for them and they're not ascended yet. So, much of this is waiting for my heroes to actually be strong enough so that I can just do the multi-battle. um, Now you'll see that it says two. I have 6 keys, so I can do a total of 3 multi-battles, but that's because I do super raids, which is you get double the rewards with one super raid, so you save time, but it uses twice the energy. So if I wanted to do 6 raids, I'd get less rewards, and I'd have to do 6 total, but I could actually do, I would use less, right? So, but since I have a ton of energy, I have the keys, and so I'm just going to type in 3 here because I know that I can only do it 3 times. If I forget to type in 3, it only runs 3 because I only have enough for I only have 6 keys, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. So, like if you accidentally typo. Now, again, this runs the multi battles in the background, so I can actually close this out and it's going to keep running so that I can show you other things. And I can collect my challenges. So I can like collect this. Um, So then tomorrow I'll do the force and then I'll do the void, the spirit, and then I can do the arcane any day of the week, but I can't do it before I finish these. Because if I do it, then it doesn't complete it. It has to go in order on this one. And then once I do all of this, then I will collect the legendary shard, which does not guarantee you a legendary, FYI, just so you know. Um, then these are a little bit harder. You have to clear out specific stages. I'm way ahead of this, and so for me, these are just it's just a pain in the wazoo to do them is the biggest thing. The arena is really hard. This one is the one I'm going to be working on. I will probably be working on it for quite a while to try to get that, because I need to upgrade 3 affinity bonuses to level 5. But the one that really matters is this one. This is for the Arbiter, and this is an affinity bonus to level 7. So if I try to go finish the one for the level 5, then I use up the stuff that goes to the level 7, and I'm getting really close to having my Arbiter. On the progress missions, most people have finished this years ago. I was really bad about it, and I wasted a lot of my resources for the Grand Hall. So much of this would have already been done. Um, but I I didn't get it that way. And some of them are super easy. The arena missions are the hardest for me. I finally finished one of them, and then I have to. This is going to be my next one: is reaching the gold in the classic. Again, it's just because I'm going up against Wales, the power, the knowing your team, the having the right layout. It all matters. Um, then once I get my arbiter, then I can go to the next champion and then finally this champion. So these are very important to do. I originally played just to play gotcha. I didn't really put the strategy into it. I now am very much a strategy player, and so um, I am playing hella catch up and hating myself for it. So here is like the referral bonuses that I was talking about the other day. Um, as if you've never played before, then um, we both get bonuses as you level up. So it's a really nice thing. And then they also have the homecoming. for if people have played in the past and haven't played forever, you can get them to come back and get rewards that way. So I will probably be putting my recall link up in the uh, Atlas gaming community just to see if anybody who had played in the past is willing to come back. That is still 1 out of 3. Ugh, that's painful. Um, so we talked about the campaigns. It works the same way that you saw in Godforge. Um, I cannot do another battle while my heroes are in a battle. So that it doesn't work that way, it will end. The faction wars, this is where they were talking about the different bonuses for the faction wars and being able to get those the specific stuff for the faction war relics. And you can see here where it shows the bloodstones to create the artifacts in the forge, and then the will stones to create those. Um, so these are for the actual um, the artifact part, and then you also get the glyphs, which upgrade your artifacts for giving them ascensions and stuff to your um, like additional bonuses, so you can tap that on. Um, but once you go into like the hard, then you'll start seeing for the relics, right? So you can't battle hard until you complete the normal. So I need to get better about going in here and actually doing these. But unfortunately, like if I was to show you the battle, you can see that in this one, I have like a ton of them that I could do. But I don't have them all. I'm working on getting them all leveled up to a point where they can actually beat this character. Um, so like Dark Elf, I have a lot of. Skinwalker, it's questionable. I might, with Cleopatra being sh she's gotten ascended, so or she's gotten awakened, so she um might be able to hack it. I need to give her her blessing. Um, we'll see. We'll see how she does. He's almost got all of his skills done. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Go back in there. Champions. There we go. On his, you can see his stuff. I only have one more book to put in him, and then he's all done. I do not have a relic for him, and I need to finish his masteries. So, um, there's some stuff that I can do on him to be able to make this more successful. These also rotate through, they're not all open. It does tell you how long it is between their openings. Um, and then this hidden one is generally when they have a special event going on. I'm going to assume it's going to end up turning into the Argonites because they just introduced a new type. So I'm going to assume that that's going to be for the Argonites. Um, this is the arena. We have the classic arena, so that's just uh, you have tiers that you're in, and some are like people who are trying to drop lower, and then as you tier up, you start battling. It's harder and harder. You can see your battle log. My defense doesn't do too bad, except when I have these whales that come in and just waylay me. And then your attacks, you can see this. Obviously, I pick and choose my attacks. My defense, I need to probably look at a little bit. I don't know. I kind of like the setup at the moment, so I'm probably going to leave it. Um, then tiers, this will tell you where you're at and the awards that you'll get at the end of the season. And then you can see the top players, which is just like whatever. And then there we go. Live Arena, like I said, is it's the whales. Okay, it's the whales. And then tag team. is something that I really need to get back into doing. It's really not that bad. It's just I'm really bad about doing everything I need to get done. So, but you get things that you need for the bazaar, which is very important, like champion frags. Okay. I need to be better about some things. The champion frags, massive. XP brew, massive. The ancient shards, it's massive. I mean, like there's things in here that I like really freaking need to be doing, and I'm just not. I'm really bad about getting everything that I could be doing done. This game, while it's casual, there's just a lot, and they just keep adding to it. So the the clan bosses, this is every day. These are both once a week. You get three different attacks on the Hydra, but you cannot use the same team for each attack. So I usually have my best team as my first team, and then I have my second best and my third best, is how I generally do it. Right now, I can only do well on the easiest Hydra. You want to make sure that you actually get the rewards, even though like shows it's done. I can still battle it, and I can still get these rewards. Um, these are important. It's the only way to get these shards here for this person, and you also get your soul stones to awaken. So this is like super, super, super important to do. I generally wait until my clan defeats it, and that way I don't have to worry about actually battling anything. My scores are generally a little bit higher. The Chimera, you get two attacks a week, and you can use the same teams. So that is where I normally will do the normal level. Again, I'll wait until they finish. But that's where you get these shards, and you get your relic stuff, and the gemstones for the relics. So um, this is to create the uh, the actual relics, and this would be to create the like to upgrade different things to enhance them. That's what I'm looking for. Enhance. Um, so that's that one. This is the Doom Tower, which is what I was talking about that Godforge kind of took from it. I'm guessing. This one is probably the hardest week. This is the Dark Fae. Um, and she's a beast. She will humble you. You have to really work your team. So I have been kind of stuck here. I've got to reset my team up to beat her because I have been able to beat this level, but this level, no. So I generally get stuck right in here. But like these secret rooms over here, some of them are you can only battle with rare, and that's what the silver keys are for. Curse City is a great way to earn different things. I'm really bad about doing the Curse City. I'm also really bad about doing Grim Forest. Both of those I need to be better about. I'm really bad about doing the Minotaur. Really need to get better about doing the Minotaur. Some of these are like super, super easy things to get all of these different little resources that you need in bulk, and I'm just really not great about doing it. So. Anywho, but like in the Curse City chests, you'll get to see when you get the Curse City, the chests, and then what has in it. Again, these are just astronomical for getting your soul stones. This allows you to do multi battles because they have limits. They don't go by I mean, like they go by energy. You have to have energy, but you also have to have the multi battle token. There are apps that do allow you to do multi-battles without the multi-battle tokens. Um, I just have not had luck getting it set up on my computer, and I just gave up and was like, you know what? I'll just have things running in the background and multi-battle when I'm doing other things. So that's how I handle it. Uh, but I have to actually do it first. So the Grim Forest works the same way as the Curse City. Uh, I have to beat some of these. Um, and then these little step ones are automatic. Generally are automatic, I should say that. Generally automatic. Um, Sometimes they turn into mimics. So, and then your siege is a battle. It's a clan versus clan. Right now that they are in the prep phase, I need to go and see if this is the one. Yes. Okay, so these are Florians that I can donate, and these are the like the mana, and I've already donated all of those. So, I'm just gonna donate that to upgrade that. It takes a long time to upgrade, even when everybody's putting stuff in. So, um, let's go back to here because all three of them are done. I've got 605, so that means I will definitely have enough to do my soul stone. Um, so on awakenings, like you'll see these and you're like, well, why don't you awaken them? Because the soul stones that I have are for ascending all the way up to 6 stars, and I've not gotten him past 5, so can't use it yet. Like this one is the same. He's at 3 stars. I haven't gotten there yet. Um, G, 6 stars, don't got her yet. They're really good heroes. Really could use those soul stones. Unfortunately, I have not, like, they're not high enough on the priority list to level them up. She is like, that was really painful with the 5 and I have 4. So, I do have some that I can awaken. I have a crap ton of souls for heroes that I do not have, and I could sell them, but I need them for whenever I draw those. These are all extremely, extremely good soul stones, and to which we wish we could trade. So um, some of these are hit and miss. Like if I get them, I get them. But you can also expand the number of soul collection you have with coins. You can use your rubies, but you can use coins. So it's not as imperative for me to go through and clean those out. So right now they do have a summon pool where you can purchase specific or like the specific shards, and then you can see what your chances are to pull those souls. Uh, but like Elva is the only one that I would really want to pull from that. So, yeah. So in the Soul Merchant, you can um use your Mystic Market and sell these tokens in and get your Immortal Soul Essence, and then go into the Soul Merchant and then sell your Immortal Soul Essence for a soul, which I do a lot. Um, when I start getting towards 20 or 30. So I only have 18 right now, so I just kind of keep an eye on it. I try not to buy any of them that are a 7, unless it's something that I need right away, which I did for the Geomancer. I went ahead and spent one just so I could get one, and then I just started taking off with the drawings. So in the Mystic Market, to get a Soul Stone, you need 1,000 of these type of things. So I do, which is why I did that dungeon. So I'll pie one, and then I'll go into the soul. For every 10 soul stones you turn in, you get 200 of these. Again, I immediately sell those and turn those into immortal, um, the immortal soul essence. To get these, I get one of these a month with my daily check-ins. Um, but you can get those through the Mystic Market as well by turning in 1,000 of these. So if you didn't want to do the immortal soul essence, you could do it that way. I don't like running like my RNG sucks, y'all. So this is less of a chance than stocking up these and actually having a set soul this is a guaranteed purchase, right? This is an unknown purchase, okay? I know my RNG. We're just gonna go with the guaranteed ones. So, we're gonna do a soul pull. Of course it's blue. And of course it's freaking piece of shit. So if you see here, actually she's not. Oh. Is she a hold, please? I'm gonna I'm gonna show you when I talk I do strategies. I I have switched how I do this. So, I don't know how well that's visible. But these are all of my heroes that I have. Epic, legendary, rare, whether they're force, spirit, void, magic, um, then what faction they're in, so that I can like sort if I'm doing faction wars, I can sort them all out. And then I have them. This is something new that I started doing based on advice from my clan, which is whether they are immediate, which is the green. That means I need to be actively working on them. Okay, so they don't go in either one of my collections. You have two vaults you can put them in, the master vault and the reserve vault. So in my master vault, I grow and I have fuse. Um, and then so those will both the grow and the fuse go into my master vault, and I will look up what their names are. If they are shit, then they go into food, aka the reserve, aka when I'm looking at leveling up, I can use them to recycle with. Because just like in Godforge, you can toss like two of the whites to put up your to power up. This you can I can use three blue and take a 3-star to a 4-star. So in the blue, we go down to M. What the heck was her name? Oh, it's MI. I knew that. Okay, so she's here. She's a grow. So since she's a grow, I will actually use that soul stone on her. So it'll tell me here, just real quick, so you can see what it is, because she is in a vault right now. To awaken a champion, they must be ascended. Okay, so her she has 1 star, so I have to ascend her at least one time. Um, Champions cannot be awakened to a higher level than their current ascension level. To ascend this champion further, try a different soul or select a different champion to awaken. Or you can kick her to the tavern. Well, here's the problem. She's currently in a vault. So if I hit tavern, then it's gonna say to you, want to move her to a collection because you can't do jack shit with her in your collection. Yeah, okay. So let's move her to the collection. Then it lets me to ascend. These are the things that you get in those different keeps that I was showing you at the beginning, where it was either the magic, the spirit, whatever. One is the arcane, which is the white, and then the other is I was doing the magic, and why some people choose to do the small vials first because it works for all of them. You can also go into the potion mixer and mix them. I don't mix until there's an event to do so because we get points for it. So they just kind of sit. So the only other time I do it is if I have drawn, like, say something is 5 stars and I've drawn a 5 soul stones, then I'll mix them to make sure that I can get that guy all the way up until that point, to 5 star ascended. So I will ascend her, and then I will just hit X here, and then we'll be back in our altar, and I'm going to awaken her. So now that she is awakened, I can put a blessing on her. So blessings are super helpful. So I'm actually going to show you how I use Hell Hades. Um, I actually should have a lot of these that need. Okay, we're just going to go through. You're just going to get to go through with me. So, okay. So this is Hell Hades. Um, and I will go down to here for search champion, and this is Bovos, and you'll see that it pulls up the hero. And then it will pull up, so you get the whole overview. It's loading really slow because I just pulled it into the same screen as my stream. Um, it also doesn't like running with other things running in the background. So, um, this green right here is Hell Hades' way of saying this one's a good one, guys. This is a good one. Please don't lose this one. Lock it down. Keep it. This is a good one. When they really like them, they put announcements up. So you can see down here how well it performs in the Grim Forest, how well it performs in each specific dungeon. Bovos is really designed for the spider and the dragon. He does well in the ice golem. And then in the Doom Tower, which I am on Dark Fae, you can see that he does not do well at all on it. So it gives you the layout of everything. Now, if you wanted to use them in Live Arena, you could tell them what level of Live Arena you're in, and it will be able to pull it in. Hell Hades even has an artifact app that you can install on your computer, and you can have it, and it will like identify and pull in the information on all of the artifacts you have, and you can do fitting rooms. There's a lot. There's a lot you can do with that. Um, and then it gives you the full breakdown of all of the the skills that it has, and then how to set up their masteries. And then down here is the blessings, and you'll see that cruelty is the best one for this um, for Bovos. So we'll be giving him the cruelty one. Technically, if you already have one with the cruelty in your team, then you'll want to change it out. I generally, unless generally I just change heroes instead of trying to change out my blessings. Um, I'll work a different team, and that works better for me. That's how I do things, not necessarily the best way. Don't pretend to be the best. But this is where I was talking about the relics. They have very specific different relics that are best for them, and if I don't have it, then I just don't put any on it. And then this is the gear to put and to fit them up. So in here, you will see that I have Relentless and Accuracy as my sets. And Here is the Relentless and Accuracy. These are the recommended PvP stats or PvE stats. I don't look at PvP unless they are going to be in my arena team. If they're not in my arena team, if I'm only doing them for dungeons and towers and faction stuff, that's all PvE. Every bit of that is PvE. So this is where my main focus almost always is. I have my PvP team. That's who I use. That's who I stick with. They're the only ones that are fitted and kitted for PvP. Uh, Outside of that, I don't, no, because everybody here they're whales. They spend. It's no fun. At least not to me. It's no fun. So, you'll see that that matches there. But then they do have the embedded videos of showing the content creators who, um, actually show the builds and the testing them out. With him, we're going to go into the blessings, and we're going to click on this, and we're going to go to the cruelty. Now you'll see that as you awaken them, they get better, right? So the higher the awakening, the bonuses just keep getting better. So it'll show you down below what each one of them is. So um, cruelty really is extremely good. and it's one that can be several different things. There is one uh, that so like brimstone. Um, they're like the legendary. It can only be on a legendary, and he's not legendary. He's an epic. But you will see only one smite debuff can be active per team. This is when it's important to make sure that you don't have multiple of the blessings in the same team. So, as I play here in a little bit, you'll get to see what I'm talking about with I'll change some of the different teams out, a uh, uh, different layout just to show the different, because I have a lot of them that have brimstone. So we are going to do cruelty, and we're going to leave that, and that will give him that blessing. I need to ascend him to 3 stars so that we can unlock his blood for blood, where he can then become a healer, and then he is really something to be trifled with. So, Maeve will go into here, and we'll scroll down, and I will go Maeve. Their search is also in the top, the middle, and the bottom, so you can usually you don't have to go all the way back up to the top to get there. So I'm gonna go to blessings for her, and maybe there we go. So 1 to 4 for the Phantom Touch, 5 to 6 for Crushing Rend. However, most of the characters, this 5 to 6 awakened is only best if it's the highest. It's like all the way 6 awakened. And that is oh well poop. I just forgot what I was looking at. Phantom Touch. Okay. Um that is just because of what those really good like the like um so if you went all the way down here, this speed, right? So every hit, it's just these are all so very close to the same that it's only worth it to switch to this one once you have it fully awakened. So, um this is a great overall, right? So like Epic, even though it's a blue, the Epics are going to get an additional bonus. So it's 2250 plus 2250, 450 plus 150. So these numbers stack. So um, it actually is really nice. And then of course once you get here, it's better to switch over for that final bonus. Again, she needs to have her masteries. She's a really good, a really good little creature. So all of these reds I can do, but what I am going to do is go into my master vault and I'm going to put them all back away to master vault so that I don't have to worry about them until later. That is that is what we're doing. Okay. Miss Cleopatra here does need to get pulled out and worked on, but we'll come back to her. So, all right. Let's see if there's anything else I needed to talk about before I run my dailies. Is there any questions that you guys had before I run my dailies? I threw like a ton of information at you. I really like it because overall it is just pretty much a point and click and forget about. I have a shard problem with my green shards. So I used to have like 1,000 of them. I'm building that back up. All right. I'm working on getting my 4 to 5, but I've run out of stars to work up, so I'm gonna need to do my threes to four. So this is what I was talking about. The leveling is so much easier in this game than God Forge. In God Forge, you have to point, 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 click, point, click, point, click. Um, this, you just feed them crappy heroes, and then you give them the coins, and there you go. You've leveled up. And then if I wanted to, this would level it all the way up. I will wait to use this barrel until I level a 5 star to a 6 star, and it has to start over at 1, and then it needs to level all the way to 60. So when I throw this in, it literally will be like, "Are you sure you want to use this barrel?" It instantly levels them all the way to the top. Okay, so I hold on to these for dear life. The last one I had was taking Elva up during an event. So um, then once I level them there, I have to level them in the campaign battle. I can't remember if I have to level one in here in campaign. No, okay. Uh, that is that. Um, the daily quests, every day you have to beat a campaign boss. Um, this Brimstone on the number 12 on Brutal is the fastest, most efficient way to level up any of your heroes. Generally, you'll take it and do it on the level 3, the stage 3. However, I have to do a boss for the dailies every day, so I actually go through here, and then I will select the heroes that I want to level. Right now, I'm looking at getting ready to take a 4 star to a 5 star, even though I don't have enough uh, because I need um, 5 5 stars to take a 5 star up to a 6 star. Did that make sense? So if I have a 2 star, I'm going to need two stars to take a 2 star up to a 3 star. And you have to have it fully leveled before you can upgrade. So this will have to be at 30 for me to level it up to a 4 star, and it will need 3 3 stars. But you will see when I go into the tavern next that I actually have a bajillion 3 star um, or yeah, 3 star chickens. So I can use the chickens to upgrade instead of sacrificing heroes. So I just go in here, I go 10 and do this. It's not going to take very long at all, unlike the other stuff, because I can complete it. I beat it in just a few seconds. So yeah, no questions, no comments. Um, oh, there's my commentary. I'm looking on my stream chat. That's not where it is. Like I said, unfortunately, God Forge is very similar to Raid Shadow Legends. I almost like the graphics better in God Forge though. Uh, and as of right now, I love the fact that God Forge doesn't have freaking like you'll see after I finish this multi-battle that I'll have more bundles popping up that I have to close. And I hate that. Like they just shove it down your throat and it's obnoxious. So I'm very hard pressed to spend in this game ever. just because of how often they shove their bundles down my throat. This is probably one of the most obnoxious games I have ever seen with the pop-ups to spend. And you'll see I'm already at my battle number 7. It takes only a couple minutes for me to finish all 10. Um, and there's my daily quest is complete, so I could technically close this all down and go out, but by the time I close it all down and go out and go claim that one, then it's going to be time to go right back in. So we're gonna hold for a minute. But Hell Hades site is um it is why I won't um on Atlas Gaming Community. I'll just link it there because I can't compete with that. I couldn't do anything better. There that is it is just perfectly laid out, um very well written, very well organized. So, and the fact that they have an app that works with it and everything is just a point click. So, and I do believe this is where I found out about the God Forge was actually Hell Hades. Um, their their full-blown website. So you have all of the Raid Shadow Legends. They do have the optimizer that you can download and it gives you the information on it. They do have a membership that you can be a member of. Um, so I have no idea what the takeovers are. I have never clicked on that. Oh, got it. So you can actually let a person teach you how to build with your stuff. So, and then you basically attach screenshots and stuff. What they charge here for the takeovers is what I do with my clan. I actually take pictures and screenshots of my stuff and I post it to my clan and they walk me through everything. I'll get on comms with them and we will literally go step by step with what hero I have, what heroes need to be in the teams, what heroes I need to work on next. Is my it took me a long time to find a perfect clan. Um, and I do have one of my really good friends that actually is from Pokemon Go. I got him into my clan, so uh, we get to still game together even though he no longer lives in Kansas City. But that for me was really fun. So here you'll see that he is at 19. I'm gonna go ahead and go back in the cavern just so I can show you how to level them up to a 3 star. He's at 21. He would have to be at 30 to be able to star up. So we're gonna go into the tavern. I'm gonna go by rarity and then do reverse so that my lowest rarities are at the top. You'll see here my 19. There he is. I could toss something in at him, which nope, it's not gonna be enough. However, I could also do the XP brews. XP brews give you a lot more if you do it based on the type. So, Spirit Brew will give me like 18,000. But if this one, it's only 12,000, right? So, if you I try to hoard these things so that way I do the type versus the type. So I can upgrade here and then I can't upgrade him anymore. It says it's max level, so I'll go to upgrade rank. That is known as starring up. And then he requires two stars. As you see the things lit. So two stars to be able to upgrade the rank. And then I'm going to toss him back into the sea. Gonna go back down to the upgrade level. I'm gonna take this guy who's at 21. I'm actually gonna go stick this other 2 star that's in there first because I get 2 stars when I run the campaign battles as well as when I do my green shards. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that one in there. Now, normally, if I really wanted to, I could go ahead and do some more green shard pulls to level them up and just keep feeding them. I just want to show you what this looks like first. I can literally slide this over and use 4 of my 18, or 4 of whatever it was. I now have 11. Anyway, I use, oh, sorry, 7 of the 11, leaving me 4 left. There we go. I can brain tonight. I got it. Anyway, so I'll have 4 left, and it will level him completely up. Normally I wouldn't blow like this many brews on him, but this weekend I'm gonna have some time to hopefully recoup that in the Grim Forest and the crap, the other place that I need to go to that gives them to me that I can't think of right now. So anyway, upgrade rank. So I have 50 3-star chickens. I've got 3-star chickens coming out my ears. I don't know where they all came from. I had a whole bunch of 4-star chickens, but I used them to get my 4 stars up to 5-star so that I'll show that to you. So even though I can't level or I can't star them up right now, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So this is a 4-star. Um, so if I was to level up another 4-star, you would see that I have two. I only have two that are available. However, if I was to go here and I'm working on this one at the moment, Miss Tila, if I flip this up, you'll see that I need um, 5 5 stars to take her up to a 6-star. Now, I could either A, not work on, I could work on her, or B, I could go work on one of those characters that is really close to getting the ascension. So like, um, she's another one that really needs to go up to a 6-star pretty quickly. She would be one of my Hydra teams. She's extremely good. She's already been 3-star ascended. Her skills are maxed out. So she's one that I really should be taking up. Then we have down in the blues, well, I went ahead and put them back in the vault, but we have those others that were 1 star away from being able to be fully ascended and fully awakened, that I could also work on, and that would work really good for the tower. So where a lot of people, and where I probably, if it was me spending money, that would be what I would end up buying. Um, would be I don't think they have them in the packs right now, but they have chicken packs. Where you literally can, there we go, where you have chicken packs. And as you buy the like here's the like as you buy the packs, then they offer you even more. um so Leveling up to a 4-star, or taking 4 stars and then leveling them up using the greens, that is generally the best way. People can expedite it then by buying um the chickens so that they don't have to feed other heroes into them. So um let's see. I need to do my upgrades for, let me see. I can't remember if that needs to specific. Nope. Okay. All right. So we're going to come in here. We're going to come down here. We're going to come over to Faye. Does she have everything? Nope, not yet. So I make sure with the Forge Pass, which is like the season pass, I make sure that nothing of it needs to have a specific, because a lot of times one of the dailies is level your weapon up to 8, or level your chest plate up to 8. It's never higher than 8. It's always that. So once it hits 8, I know it's no longer going to be useful. Um, to the um the Forge Pass, so I use it only for um my dailies. So then I'll just level it up there. And Miss Faye is one that I'm working on getting all of her equipment up. So, and then I think finally what I need to do for today, because this is the only other part of the Forge Pass outside of the arena. So I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna do my arena battles. I am picky on them, just because I'm trying to get the stuff to level up. So, um, ooh, I don't. That's a possible. All right. Well, we'll see. I'm not very hopeful on that one. I mean, I'm just doing the last of my dailies, the arena battles. I mean, that's PvP. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do before wrapping it up for the night. Uh, and stopping the stream. I just kind of want to show. I was gonna see if I can't get enough to level up a Great Hall thing. Um, but I need to do my battles before then. So should be only a couple more minutes, hopefully, if I can get lucky with these. I don't feel lucky with this one. We'll see. Ugh. That's Alice. She's a menace. She's a menace. You killed my. Okay. I was like, oh my gosh. You're all a menace. What is going on right now? On my battles, if I don't finish them within like, generally I give it tops 5 minutes. If things don't look good by 5 minutes, then it's either going to be a draw or we're going to run out of time. And if you run out of time, even if you have more heroes alive, you die. And like it's a loss. So you have to beat them for it to consider a win. So this just does not look very promising right now. We'll see. It's just not feeling very promising. I don't even know who the hell he has at level 60. Smashing me with his little frickin' balls, though. Whoever that is keeps reviving herself. Oh, who are you at? Oh my god. Oh, it's you. I can't stand her. I don't know why I went against this. Oh, him. Okay, so he used to be my lead. He is hard. Um, However, Elva is actually better. Um, is better, but I don't know if we are enough better. I don't know if we're enough better. Like this is one that I think will easily be a draw. So we'll give it just a few minutes, but what I was gonna do, I don't know that I'm gonna get done tonight. I may have to just wrap it up and show you at a later time, Lors. Yeah, this is just that's not promising. The fact that they can keep reviving themselves is just not good. I need to kill Arter is who I need to kill. That's who I need to get. We need to stop focusing on Menace over here. She is such a menace. All right. So, by the way, I have two revivers. Um, Sun Wukong and UDK both can revive. So, oh, thank God. Holy crap. I was not feeling very confident there, man. Um, so these two can revive, and she is better than Ardor. I did not think it was possible. I was told over and over again that she was, but I was just like, I didn't see it until I actually saw her in battle. And that was a tough one. So, and you'll see that their power was stronger than mine. But that speed, it is all about controlling that turn. Same with Godforge. It is going to be all about having control over the turns. Um, so, um, I am going to hold just a moment on doing my last couple, and show you one last thing, and then we'll wrap up. Um, last little bit, Grand Hall. This is how you can actually go and really boost. This is what we call the hidden buffs. It's where people can really knock you silly without you even realizing it, and it's these affinity bonuses and the area bonuses. Area bonuses are from um, the you get this from the live arena. So you really need to do the live arena to be able to start leveling these up. But the affinity bonus is what I am working on. I need to level this up to 7. And in order to get that, I need 600 in this. So I have to stay in the silver tier. I cannot level up to the gold tier. I have to stay in the silver tier for a while longer because I need well, I guess I could. It used to be maybe that they only had a like a thingamabobber going on. Hang on. Okay, so I guess 7 is gonna be. Nope, I have to go into the gold. Huh, that's fantastic. Oh, okay. Hmm. I don't like that. I don't like it. Gold is really hard. It's really hard to get there. It's really hard to stay in there. But like on these, if you see, you can actually combine the two. But it looks like to get to 7, you only have one option, and that's with the 700 gold. So I don't like that. I do try to do accuracy first. Uh, I this was all done at the very beginning. So like when I first started, I blew up my entire wad on my attack, which a lot of players actually did. Um, but I'm trying to get all of the accuracy done. I wanted to get that up to 10, but maybe I'll just take it to 6 and I'll just be like, okay, well, Arbiter, or Arbiter, you're just gonna have to wait because I think I need to look at doing this first. So, like I can do this with 400, um, and I'm very close to 400. So, I may end up looking at that. But as you can see, the bonuses here, um, maybe it'll show. There we go. The affinity bonuses, you actually get to see what their percentage of it increases. So when you level it up to 10, you get 20% increase. That doesn't show. If somebody is just looking at your equipment or um, your ascension and all of that sort of stuff. So you could have something that's low that would actually be very high with those hidden parts. So, um, other than that, that is my Raid Shadow Legends. As you can see, very much like Godforge. Godforge is pretty much the same thing as Raid Shadow Legends. I do love both games. Um, I think I like the layout right now of Godforge better than Raid, but I do like the fact that Raid really walks you through everything a lot better. Everything has a lot of tutorials, kind of the same thing that you've heard people say about Outer Empires 2, that there's just not enough detailed information in game when you click on something or when you open up a tooltip. Um, I think that just goes to show that people, even if it's something that they've played before, that they really expect that. They really look for that. And it's something that devs do need to pay attention to. I don't like the fact that Raid has pop-up ads like every few seconds. So that's kind of a downer for it. A win for Godforge. Godforge has um, all of the Knights of the Round Table and the mythology and that sort of stuff that I really absolutely love. Um, but Raid has been out for a long time, so it started out with Solid Heroes and then they started with the collaboration. So who knows what's going to happen with Godforge down the road, if it can sustain itself. So I will probably play both games. Just because they're nice. I do like the turnstile games as a downer at the end of the day to kind of relax from. So, if there is a game that you would like me to test out, to try, to stream and talk about, you can reach out to me. Follow me on Twitch or YouTube. You can DM me there. You can also join our gaming community on Discord, or even leave a comment on any of our blog posts or email the founder, whatever, on our website, Atlas Gaming Corp. Our community is called Atlas Gaming. I love testing out the different games, looking at different things. I obviously have my main squeezes, which is what you'll see on the sites and see most of my streams. Um, I do just like to take a couple days here and there to do something other than Outer Empires stream. Um, so yeah, just let me know if there's something that you really want me to check out. I am looking at being a content creator for Godforge, so you may be seeing a lot more of that, especially as we're building out and I can really test the characters starting from scratch, unlike Raid where I'm kind of playing catch up. Um, so my main squeezes may end up being Outer Empires for my MMO and Godforge for my fun and indulgement at the end of the day. That's kind of what I like to do. So, if there are no questions, I appreciate you guys hanging with me for the double stream and comparing of the two games. And I hope you have a fantastic evening, a fantastic weekend. For those in the United States, happy Memorial Day weekend. Remember why we're celebrating, and say a prayer for the families that have lost the loved ones who have gave it all, for us to have our freedoms. So, with that, I'm going to end my stream and I'm going to call it a night and just kind of have some downtime. I hope everybody has a great weekend.